Welcome to a momentary lapse of reason where Jack Dorsey's reign over my free time continues unabated. This deep fake of artist Salvador Dali will take a selfie with you. Florida's Dali Museum has created an AI version of the surrealist who will take a selfie with guests at the Dali Lives exhibit. No. I'm still not ready for that. This is the opposite of surrealism. It's too real. It's uncanny in how real it is or how real it's pretending to be. And I think this is completely irrespective of how you think socially or technologically about the idea of deepfakes, which, if you don't know, of course, is technology for rendering people's faces, voices, bodily motions to imitate someone who wasn't actually being recorded, whether they're dead or whatever the circumstances are. And this is harmless, of course, but it's an ironic example, like I said, because I think this is the last guy who would want to be rendered after his death looking exactly like he did in real life. I think he'd probably prefer to have, 40-foot long stilt legs or melting hands or something. Party City to close approximately 45 stores amid helium shortage. I guess their profits aren't exactly ballooning. Arthur's Mr. Ratburn is gay and he got married in the season 22 premiere. The children's show kicked off its 22nd season on May 13th with an episode which revealed that Arthur's teacher, Mr. Ratburn, is gay. Well, I think the most disturbing thing about this development is that Arthur has been on the air for 22 years. But let's take a look at what the author credits are for this. What does that say in the corner there? Aha! Bond 25 filming suspended after Daniel Craig injured his ankle, reports say. According to The Sun, filming on Bond 25 has been suspended after actor Daniel Craig was injured while running on set in Jamaica. Yeah. Can't try to compete with the best. Tom Cruise 1, Bond 0. Oh, wait. Boston's sexy accent has got people talking. Travel company Big 7 published a survey of its 1.5 million social media followers which found that Boston accent is the second most sexy in America, while the Texan accent came in first place. Some were surprised, but the Boston intonation rated so high. Nah, bro. Jonas Brothers are guest starring in the All That reboot.
What year is it?
Gucci's Indy turban faces criticism for cultural appropriation. The Indy full turban, priced at almost $800 by retailer Nordstrom, has drawn backlash for its hefty price tag and appropriation of Sikh culture and values. The product has been removed from Nordstrom's website due to the response. Yeah, it doesn't really go with those clothes. I'm not quite sure what values it's appropriating besides looking like a real prat, but yeah, I mean, I don't even really go on much about fashion because I think that it's been clear for decades and probably since people started wearing anything more than t-shirts and jeans that these people are on their own world. It's just for a small group of people that just enjoy watching this. I would go so far as to say it has an almost pornographic quality to it. So look at how weird and ostentatious these clothes are. I think it's silly for anybody to get too outraged about fashion because no one's going to wear this. No one is going to wear this, and if they do, they're going to be surrounded by people who they only care about it because they saw someone wear this, and it has nothing one way or the other to do with anything to do with Sikhs or anybody else who wears turbans for personal or cultural or religious reasons. It's a fashion nothing burger. Kiss frontman Gene Simmons made a surprise appearance at the White House and Pentagon. Viral sensation Grumpy Cat has died. The popular feline, who gained internet fame for her iconic frowning face, has passed away on Tuesday. In a statement, her family said her spirit will continue to live on through her fans everywhere. This is somewhat old news in internet time, but just wanted to say my piece that it's awfully sad that icon of internet passed away. Obviously, we've been infatuated online with cats for almost generations at this point, but it's rare that one as iconic as this comes around with such an unusual presence. And it might have gotten a little bit overplayed on greeting cards and memes and phone cases and what have you, but can't deny the impact there. So I hope that Tartar Sauce, as I believe its name properly was, is in a better place, or a worse place, depending on its attitude. But yeah, press F to pay respects there. Chris Rock is taking a crack at the Saw franchise. Rock is the latest comedian to enter the horror genre. The reimagining of Saw is slated for 2020. Why not? I've never really been into those movies. I do like horror, but they've always been just a bit too gratuitous for my taste. I did watch the first one just out of curiosity, just for, I guess, historical significance at this point, but not really my bag. But people are making a good point here in the comments that it is neat to see people who usually do comedic roles venture into something a little more dramatic, a little more scary. And as somebody who does aspire to be a bit of a Renaissance man as far as my aesthetic and the things that I'm interested in both entertaining myself with and entertaining others with, I'm all for it. I mean, I may not go out to the theater to see it, but I'm very curious to see what his perspective is on this. First cartoon crushes range from human Ursula to Robin Hood. People are using hashtag first cartoon crush in this nostalgic conversation. Believe it or not, I can't actually think of one. Most of those probably came from video games, for better or worse. But let's see what other folks are coming up with here. I mean, obviously Shrek is love. Fair enough. Well, that's a given. Yeah, all right. Well, why not? That's a no from me, bro. And closing things out here with what I guess could be considered a hot topic. Robert Pattinson and Nicholas Hoult are reportedly on the short list to play the next Batman. Now, I think as of the time of this video, or at least after the time of this moment here, that's been narrowed down. We are just looking at Robert Pattinson or Batman. And I just want to come right out of the gates and say, and I don't think I'm alone in this, that I'm totally fine with this. I think every single time that we have another Batman movie come out or another rebooting of Batman come out, every single time we go through this, and it goes all the way back to the Michael Keaton Batman. People were like, oh man, this guy played Beetlejuice and Mr. Mom, what is he doing playing Batman? Turns out he was fine, and he was actually great for that matter. It really comes down to the director, it comes down to the script, it comes down to a lot of things, and the actor is certainly a part of that, but I think at the end of the day, the reason why movies like Justice League or Batman vs. Superman, it's not bad, I don't think, because of Ben Affleck. It's bad because of cinematography and the plotting and all these other things that Zack Snyder and various other people are responsible for intentionally, otherwise, just to use a recent example. But I'm totally for it. I think it's only fair. Time marches on. We need someone a bit younger in the role to fill things in. I mean, and he's proven himself capable of handling a Bruce Wayne-like character before. He's, I think people who consider him just to be the Twilight movies, just to be, Edward, really aren't looking that deep into his catalog. He was in Cosmopolis. He was in Bellamy. He is perfectly at home, I think, in the role of a rich, young, eccentric billionaire, debonair, what have you. So I think that's really something he's got on lock. The question is if he can do Batman as well. And again, I mean, a lot of that's going to come down to costume, padded costume, regardless of who's playing him, and who we've got behind the driver's seat, so to speak. Matt Reeves, I think is the director's name. He did a couple Planet of the Apes movies and something else that's I forget, but he's got a pedigree, to say the least, and I'm going to reserve judgment. I really am. I've seen enough of this guy's catalog to know that he's more capable than people who just like making fun of the Twilight movies give him credit for. So we'll see what happens. And that's that. Maybe a little on the shorter side this week, but I guess I figure I'd compensate for it by keeping my work clothes on. Be sure to check me out on the Twitter, the Instagram, the YouTube that you're currently on, and my blog. Bye!